first thing I'm going to ask you to do is say your name and your cancer sentence.
We're just gonna
whatever it is.
sync up the cameras first once they.
Okay. That's nice. I like that necklace. What's in there?
This is, I have an obsession with Paris,
Oh.
and I sell the origami owl jewelry, so this
Oh,
is.
Origami Owl.
Yeah.
She's from where I'm from.
Oh, really?
New York, yeah.
Yeah, so this is my Paris. I'll get back there again.
I love that. What a great idea, right? It's
Mhm.
like 16. It's like
Yeah.
president of the company.
I know, right?
Yeah, awesome.
Do you have anything sticking out? No flyweight stuff?
Okay.
It's
Go
Nicole.
into this. That's it, yeah.
It's Nicole, right? All right.
Nicole.
We got roll. Yes. Okay, so I'm just gonna call a take for your interview and have you clap in front of your face one time, just so they can sync up the cameras later. Okay, so this is Nicole interview, take one, and clap please. All right,
Nice clap.
solid.
Solid. All right, Nicole, give me your name and just like a little introduction.
I am Nicole Strang, and I'm an 8-year ovarian and uterine cancer survivor.
I love that. Say that again and really emphasize surveillance. Ready?
I'm Nicole Strang, and I'm an 8-year ovarian and uterine cancer survivor.
And what does survivor mean?
Survivor means, a survivor is somebody that just does not survive and survive only. I think there's a big difference between surviving cancer and thriving after cancer. And that's why I call myself a survivor. I don't want to just survive, I want to thrive.
Maybe just,
Somebody has music?
Yeah.
It went away?
yeah, maybe just one more time, because it was.
Yeah, we had some crazy music.
Okay, good, and I got a little wordy, so if I can.
That's fine. What is thriver?
So thriver is somebody that thrives after cancer instead of only surviving. I think there's a big difference.
And when did you know that you were a thriver?
My mother actually instilled that in me during my treatment. I used a lot of creative visualization and positive mantras to get myself through chemo and just the fact that I was going through this. And my mother used to tell me that I'm not a survivor, that I'm a thriving survivor. And I combined the two words, and that's how I came up with it.
It's an excellent mashup.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's an excellent mashup. Okay, so over the course of your treatment, did you get well and then get cancer again? And then, like, it sounds like it's been quite the roller coaster.
No, I think my roller coaster is the issues after cancer. I didn't know that I was sick until I woke up one morning in a lot of pain and went to the emergency room, and that's when they discovered that there was something wrong. They diagnosed me with ovarian, and the uterine cancer was found afterwards in pathology. I had a very smooth surgery. It wasn't, there was no complications. All of the lymph nodes came back clean, the omentum came back clean, the abdominal wash came back clean. It was just the cancer. It hadn't affected anything else. My treatment went smooth. My chemos were very smooth. I worked through chemo September through January in retail, and would take my chemo on the weekends. And I went back to work. And it's after. It's now it actually developed about 6 years later. Lymphedema and neuropathy. I'm having problems with that. So because they removed so many lymph nodes in the lower half, I have circulation problems, and that has really affected me. So it's not the cancer that's come back; it's the issues after.
So what made you decide to tell your story and get up on stage?
I'll tell my story to anybody that listens. Gynecologic cancers do not get the same type of, I'm not quite sure how to put it, publicity as breast cancer sponsored me as one of the survivors to go to the convention 2 years ago in Nashville. And I actually saw the inaugural production. And I thought to myself, that is really a neat idea. I think that it's time for survivors to have a voice. I haven't been back to the convention, but I'm looking forward to going next year. But when the audition came around, I actually found it on Facebook. And I signed up immediately because, like I said, telling my story is part of my purpose.
That's great. So tell me what you're feeling right now about getting up there and stage.
I'm excited. I'm a little bit nervous. There's a little bit of empowerment feeling because I think that there is a great power in telling your story. It's cathartic and healing for myself, and I know it's going to help somebody else.
Are you hoping a few people trickle in here today who maybe don't know anyone and just came
Yes.
because they were curious?
Yeah.
Tell me that.
It's funny, there was actually a woman that I met last year in the Quad Cities when I traveled with the band, NED, my oncologist band, and that was her story. She caught their documentary on the PBS TV station, and she went to her doctor the next week, and that's when she discovered she had it because she matched the symptoms of what they were talking about. So there's a power in social media, there's a power in media in general to get the word out.